concept that prompted us to select this magical pass for presentation was expressed by the seers of antiquity when they declared that what binds the nerves of man is something they called the substance of mankind. We believe that they were referring to viruses because they spoke of that substance as being alive and capable of quick changes. Seers asserted that the virtue of the substance of mankind was that it changed with tremendous speed. Modern man has found out, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that the only constant truth about viruses is that they change with tremendous speed. Those seers of antiquity counted on that speed of mutation in order to elicit in themselves drastic behavioral changes. They related such changes to the introduction into their nervous systems of substances that belong to different types of life. They didn't do this through inoculation, but through intending. From this, we have been led to assume that they believed that the substance that composes the synapses of nerves might be made out of what modern man calls viruses. They claimed that all they needed was a tenuous insinuation of a different substance, as if intending it brings the advent of the substance itself, and that the resulting mutation in the entire body is only a matter of time. The seers of ancient Mexico sought avidly the advent of this mutation. They were driven by the certainty that any purposeful change whatsoever in what modern man would call the viral context of the body gives as a result a much sturdier, more intelligent, determined human being. Those seers of ancient Mexico were the living proof of that sturdiness. By performing the butterfly magical pass, modern seers, inheritors of the knowledge of those seers of antiquity, believe that for an instant a new viral possibility presents itself to the body, if not to change it, at least to allow the effect of noxious viruses to be contained, or the viruses themselves to be driven away. All the magical passes performed up to this one have been preparatory. They have served to buttress the body for crossing into another phylum. Seers of ancient Mexico believed that the total effect of this crossing was manifold. Each of those effects was considered more than a justification for its performance. The seers of antiquity never talked about this magical pass in terms of a total transformation. They described the results of this pass as the human capability of sending a beam of awareness into other forms of life. Their grand accomplishment was that that beam engaged the totality of their available awareness, so they were absolutely conscious of the perceptual conditions of other forms of life without actually becoming those other forms of life. Therefore, the overt reason for this magical pass is to allow human beings the possibility of a fleeting awareness, of which they may not necessarily be conscious, of the binding force that joins the butterfly together, the same force that acts on human beings. The first facet of this magical pass is to bring the arms, palms facing up, very gently to the front of the body, and then align the elbows with the rest of the body with a forceful tug. An inhalation is made by bringing the arms backwards, fully extended, and leaning the trunk forward. An exhalation follows as the hands turn forcefully and make the palms face each other while they are held behind the back in flight position. It must be pointed out that the adrenals are the pivoting point for the trunk to jut forward. The eyes are kept down, and then a very deep inhalation is taken as both arms come to the front like two wings. The eyes follow the movement and become fixed on the aperture between the fingers of the two extended hands. There is an exhalation then, while the hands return forcefully to the back of the body. This movement is done 3 times. The hands are then lifted very quickly so that the palms face the ground. Then the weight goes to the right leg, and the left leg is lifted with the knee bent and the toe pointing down. The left leg then moves in a pedal-like motion 3 times from the front to the back. Then the right leg does the same. The arms come forward with the palms facing the front as an exhalation is made. An inhalation follows as the arms extend backwards with the palms to the ground. The arms turn forcefully with the palms facing each other as the air is expelled from the lungs. Both arms bend at the elbow to make an L shape. The palms face back and the shoulders are kept lifted as an inhalation is taken. An exhalation follows as the hands come together, palms facing each other, held vertical to the ground. The arms draw half a circle and they are fully extended to the sides, fingers together and pointing upwards, index and middle fingers extended, the others contracted and held by the thumb over the palm. The arms rotate at the shoulders and draw a lateral circle and join in front of the face, arms fully extended. The movement is performed 3 times. 3 smaller circles are drawn in the same fashion after the trunk twists and the hands face the left side. The arms move swiftly to the right as the trunk turns 90 degrees, and 3 more circles are drawn in the same way. The arms are brought again to the front, and they swing to the left and to the right 3 times. The head rotates from front to back 3 times as the deltoid muscles press over the ears as far as they possibly can. Then the arms are brought down to the level of the liver and pancreas with 2 extended fingers pointing up. The 2 arms jut to the sides again, making an L shape, keeping the 2 fingers tight together. From there, they shoot straight back. All the contracted fingers are released. The trunk stoops over slightly with great pressure on the adrenals, and the arms are brought to the front over the head as both legs are bent at the knees and stand on the ball of the toes. This movement is performed 3 times. The hands are flipped over to have the palms face the ground, and all air is exhaled as the hands come, palms facing front, to rest on the sides of the body.